Hey guys, it's Mike at Sapulpa Times.
And Lucy with the City of Sapulpa. Is that your free coffee?
Yeah, and you know, I forgot to even look at the coupon. I'm not even sure who this is from today. I feel bad.
Aw.
I think it's Reed Architecture, I think. Uh, but yeah, it's been a morning. It's been a like a good 12 hours so far. So it's man, yeah. So we are coming into the knowledge with a lot of you guys today about a pretty big announcement that the Christmas Chute made yesterday, and we are going to spend some time talking about that. But before we do that, I wanted to get to another item, Free Coffee Friday. I want to talk about that. The other kind of major thing, you guys might realize that we are filming from a completely different place today. So we're actually in the conference room of the chamber. First of all, very grateful that we have friends that can let us set up kind of at a moment's notice like this. So we appreciate that very much. But you guys might be wondering, why are you there? And normally, when the weather turns cold, we shoot from Sugar Llamas, and it's really unfortunate that we have to announce that Sugar Llamas very abruptly closed yesterday evening. And I was on the phone with the owner, with Chad O'Rourke, to talk about what was going on and what led to that decision. And there's something that I can't say. I'll tell you what I can say. Basically, it wasn't a decision that was made by him directly. I think basically it came from his business partner who runs the finances, who basically came to him and said, "You guys need to close today." And that wasn't something that he wanted to do. He asked if they could stretch it out to the end of the month. Can we run some additional sales to try and hit some numbers or something? And basically what it came down to, coming from Chad, is that if you guys close today, then you can pay all of your people and pay your employees and everything. And if you try and stretch this out, then may not be able to make that happen. And so in the interest of treating all the people who have made Sugar Llamas a success treating them well, he opted to close very abruptly. I can promise you it was not an easy decision to make. He and his wife spent a lot of time in tears yesterday. And but anyway, that's why we're shooting from the chamber and not from Sugar Llamas. And we don't know about the future of that building, the business, anything like that. We'll keep you in the loop with all of that as we find out. But yeah, very sorry to lose them. They were a very special place in Sapulpa, and obviously I patronize them all the time. So
yeah, very involved. As somebody that part of my job is to be part of the chamber and volunteering and things, to see somebody that was such a he dedicated his time and he donated donuts and all those things in his space whenever he hosted field trips. So to see his doors close and to see him potentially completely leaving our community, as we don't know what the future of Chad and staying in Sapulpa looks like right now. It's a sad day for those of us that hang out and work with Chad.
Yeah. So anyway, Chad, all the gang over at Sugar Llamas, we're going to miss you guys. Hopefully it won't be the last time we see you. And best of luck to you guys in the future. So, so that takes care of that piece of less than great news. Let's talk about the other thing that's really making an impact in the community right now. You guys have probably heard by now that the Christmas Chute Committee made the decision to pause the Christmas Chute for the year 2025. We're going to get into why that decision was made and what to be expected for 2025, because it's going to be a year. So we found out yesterday, along with a lot of you guys, that they were making this decision, and the reason being given is that we've got this big Dewey Streetscape project that's coming up later this year. It is going to be a long project, and if you've ever been involved in, especially in municipal construction projects, especially in a town that's as old as Sapulpa is, there's a lot that's happening under our streets, I think, that we're not fully aware of, as far as like pipe work and things like that. You know, Lucy, I remember when they did the alleyways and stuff, and those projects got delayed because of some additional stuff that they found once they got in there and started digging. And so we have to assume or allow for the the likelihood, the possibility that that could happen. And so basically, I think what the committee decided, like, we're not sure that we're not sure of the timeline here. I know that there's a timeline in place. Things happen with construction projects. We don't want to spend the entire year promoting this thing, building people's hopes up, and then not be able to do a Christmas shoot. And so they made the decision to make the statement, we're going to push pause on 2025 in light of this construction project. There's a lot in the design phase because the Christmas shoot was not going to look the same this year anyway because of the Dewey Street redesign. And a lot of that has to reach a certain point before we can begin to make design decisions. And what a lot of people don't realize about those who are involved in the Christmas shoot, which includes Lucy and I, and it includes the vendors and stuff, you know, these vendors who do the pop-ups and the stores and stuff, they have to go and start buying their material in April. And so, you know, to go and dedicate a certain amount of revenue in a year that's already probably going to be difficult because of the construction and stuff, for all of that, and then have the risk of it not happening at the end of the year, I don't think that was the risk that the committee was willing, that wasn't a burden that they were going to place on the retailers and stuff down here. So a lot of people are obviously saddened by this news and upset, and we want to dig into some of the response and stuff. But Lucy, I know that you said you had a statement that you wanted to read from the city of Sapulpa, so I'll let you go ahead and do that.
So on behalf of the city, I want to first say that we are extremely grateful for the shoot committee as a whole and all the volunteers that it brings in. We had some totals come in of how many volunteers it takes to put this on. And that number will shock you. I don't know if we're ready to release that. So on behalf of the city, I'm not going to be the one to release that. But we want to say how grateful we are. The leadership of the shoot committee actually came to the city yesterday evening to inform us of their decision. The decision had already been made when they came to City Hall. We at the city, we do respect their decision, and we support this entire group of volunteers who have brought Sapulpa an amazing, unique, and magical experience. The city is grateful for the countless hours of time and effort the shoot committee has put into the wonderful event over the past 3 years, and we look forward to it coming back. Please remember, we have so much to celebrate. Sapulpa is growing and changing. Signs of growth can be seen with the success of our Christmas shoot. We have hundreds of new homes in various stages of development. We have sewer and water infrastructure upgrades coming to meet our increased demand and extensions of our downtown revitalization. The groundbreaking of our new high school is coming this year. Any one of these events in their own can be a game changer for a community, but 2025 will see all of them here in Sapulpa. There is much in store for 2026, including the centennial for Route 66, a renovated downtown, and the return of the Christmas shoot. The city is pleased that the committee is planning the biggest and best Christmas shoot to return in 2026, and we look forward to continuing this partnership.
All right, thank you for that statement. We appreciate hearing from the city on that. I did want to get into a couple of things that we've seen on social media, and the Christmas shoot committee will be responding to some of these comments later on. But I wanted to get into a couple of things just to kind of clarify some assumptions that people are making. I have seen the comment from a lot of folks who say that the stuff that's going on with Paragon is what led to this decision, and I can confidently say that that is not the case. I do know for a fact that the Christmas shoot it is a year-long planned event. It was always going to happen with or without Paragon's donations, and yes, they have been a donor in the past. I think that is obviously up for question on whether that's going to be the case in the future, but the Christmas shoot was going to happen with or without Paragon. So it's not, what they're going through right now had no bearing on this decision. Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing is, a lot of people are asking, like, look, you just posted about record numbers and turnout. Why would you guys decide to close immediately after all of that great news? And I totally understand that it sounds contradictory, but speaking as a person in the committee here who has spoken with the folks who made the decision, I mean, I have to defend their decision a little bit just because and it was kind of a surprise to me too, but we have all been wondering about this. We went into this year knowing that this was going to be happening, and it was kind of a giant question mark. We weren't sure how we were going to be able to deal with this, and ultimately they made the decision, we're going to take a pause here. We're going to give all of our, we have, what did they say, 1,000 volunteers that helped put this thing together. We had, I know for a fact we had over 640 something volunteer forms that were in the info booth. And so we had just that many people working on the Christmas Chute this year. And that's not counting all the volunteer hours that go into the actual assembly, folks who run all the different events and things like that down here. And basically it's just an opportunity to give all of those folks a year off and give them a rest, because putting on an event of this magnitude that has more or less doubled in size every year that we've had it is exhausting. And I'm speaking as someone who doesn't even have to do, the brunt of the work that I've seen a lot of these other volunteers do. So yes, well, giving them a year off is a great thing. The retailers and stuff that benefit from the Christmas Chute, we completely understand that you might be upset about it. I mean, we understand that that it was, you guys might be looking forward to the Christmas Chute at the end of the year, and maybe you saw that as your light at the end of the tunnel or something. And frankly, ultimately, it was a better decision to make this decision now to give you guys the opportunity to plan for the coming year, rather than try and, put all our eggs in the Christmas Chute basket and then have that basket just completely taken away by a situation that we don't have any control over. And so, guys, just know, speaking personally here, I feel you. We understand where you're coming from. A lot of the folks who are sad about this, a lot of you guys are in favor of it, and you totally understand what's going on. You agree with the decision. We appreciate that. The biggest thing that I would ask everyone to do now is, as we get into 2025 and we get into this construction project and we get into the groundbreaking of the high school, and like Joan said, all of that happening at any point is a big deal. The fact that we've got it all happening at the same time is just it's going to be a challenge. And so we're calling on all of you guys at Sapulpa and everyone who's watching this, be sure to be intentional about supporting these small businesses. They're obviously going to need it. And if you appreciated the Christmas Chute and you appreciated everything that all these guys did, shop here all year round. And don't relegate Sapulpa just to those 2 months or those 7 weeks that the Christmas Chute is around. So we want to see Sapulpa come back bigger and better than ever. After this is over, it will be amazing. But be sure to support them and help these businesses get through this period of time. So anyway, that's all I have to say, I think, about that.
I think that's where we end today.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning into the show. We will be back with you on Monday, where we talk about all things happening in the town that we love. We'll see you guys again real soon. Have a great weekend.
Bye.